Hello, my name is Max Shi, and in this video I will walk you through my Capstone project for a landscape architectural program at Purdue University. My project is a 5,500 square feet garden for the Path School in Indianapolis, Indiana. The major goal of the project is to make this garden into a space that is therapeutic while promotes the learning process of the scholars. This garden is currently rarely used because of the lack of both hardware and software. My primary master plan holds three major goals that I want to bring to the space: to make it a multifunctional outdoor space, creating a three-dimensional learning experience, and making a community-friendly gathering space that beyond the sole role of a school garden. At the first step of the ambitious Fairfax Community Revitalization Plan, this project not only revitalizes the space through design in terms of its users and nature, but also hopes that it will serve as a framework for the future redevelopment of the community's small-scale landscapes. Now I would like to present to you the process that led to the design of my primary site-scale intervention. At the beginning of the semester, I conducted heavy research on the study area using GIS to collect data layers, including the physical environment, geography, and demographics, which will identify key issues occurring in the area. The GIS data layers were very limited in what they could provide due to the small size of the design area, but even so, the design is still provide a critical basis for the subsequent design decisions. These design layers are then stacked on top of each other to create a framework plan that visualizes the opportunities and constraints of the site. At the same time, using 3D modeling software to simulate the sunlight of the site, it helps me to decide where to put planting and other design elements later on. The framework plan identifies the environmental, social, and psychological issues that were presented and provides specific goals. Following the framework plan, I will now jump into the specific design decisions I made and how they will have an impact on the environmental, social, and psychological issues of the site. The change in environmental issues is connected with my goal of creating a three-dimensional space. By alternating the use of plant materials that bloom in different seasons in each area, the garden will have different colors in each season. Combining aromatic plant species not only provides the users a natural aromatherapy, but also reinforces the idea to diversify the plants. Humans, plants, and animals can all benefit from the space since it creates habitats and improves the ecological environment of the area. The change in environmental issues is connected with my goal of creating a three-dimensional space. By alternating the use of plant materials that bloom in different seasons in each area, the garden will have different colors in each season. Combining aromatic plant species not only provides the users a natural aromatherapy, but also reinforces the idea to diversify the plants. Humans, plants, and animals can all benefit from the space since it creates habitats and improves the ecological environment of the area. Planting areas that are designated for planting materials of different seasons ensure the garden will have interest in all 4 seasons. Elements like number 8 and 9 you can see on the plan are DIY spaces that allow scholars to decorate it as they want. The change in psychological issues is connected with my goal of creating a multifunctional outdoor space that for users to learn and stimulate the 5 senses. This means to make the garden a plant-dominated environment which purposefully designed to facilitate user interaction with the healing elements of nature. The garden is featuring wide and gently graded accessible entrance and paths, raised planting beds and containers, and a sensory-oriented plant selection focused on color, texture, and fragrance. This change reinforces the idea of creating a therapeutic garden. By using an enveloping design, which means using outdoor furniture that wraps around the user's entire body, it creates a sense of safety for the scholars. By a de-sharpening design, rounded elements and curves are heavily used in design to avoid tension and oppression caused by sharp angles. By using a decentering design, the original large single gathering space is dispersed into several smaller gathering spaces that allow scholars to find spots they like in the garden. And by using a colorful design, which means to use planting materials that change color with seasons and colorful paving and furniture, they make the space more vibrant and mentally friendly to the scholars. The changing social issues is connected with my goal of providing inclusive shared space for the community and city to exchange culture and art. By giving a portion of the garden back to the community, the small enclave of the school garden serves as a link between the community and the Path School, giving people and artists in the community a space to gather together. Through this human-centered design, I hope to create an artistic and aesthetic space while meeting the needs of multiple parties. I hope that these designs, visions, and change will not just stay on paper, but will actually be implemented in the real life to help students and community members in need. After all, landscape architecture should be something that brings the joy and happiness for people who will be in the place.